My name is Jack Fortier, and my preferred instrument is the drums. I first started learning how to play the drums about 5 years ago. I think your job as a drummer is to make people dance. If you can't do that, it doesn't matter what chops you play, how fancy you are with your embellishments. Your only job is to make people dance and stay in the pocket. I think it's really important to have role models in the music world. I remember being introduced to Foo Fighters early on and just loving the way Taylor Hawkins played. And that just expanded everything for me. You know, listening to John Bonham, listening to Carter Beauford. It's really important to listen to the people that you love, and it just brings you back to the instrument. You play your own style, but to model it off of someone is really important to bettering yourself. I believe the music scene at St. Lawrence is second to none. You don't have any other college campus like the Java Barn, which hosts every Thursday for an awesome show. I remember before I even came here, musicians were reaching out to me, hoping I'd play with them, and that was just such an awesome, welcoming feeling. I think I hit the jackpot when it came to finding musicians here. I think the people in my band are some of the most talented musicians I've ever met in my life. I'm very lucky to play with them every week and just have fun with them. I think as long as I can use my 4 limbs, I'll be playing the drums. Wherever I am, just as long as I'm happy, music will always be a part of my life.
My name is Cole Siebels, and I mostly sing. I am a member of the band Bulrush Bay. We're an alternative rock band out of Gouverneur, New York. We started in high school when we were all, we're all pretty young. Looking at our history, we've been able to perform at venues, in New York City and elsewhere, and we're just continuing as much as we can. It's difficult. Because we have lives. Some of us are in school, some of us are, have full-time jobs, and so it's difficult to continue it, but we refuse to give it up, and I refuse to give it up. I really, really love playing rock music with, a 4-piece band or some kind of rock band. Anything that is a crowd pleaser. You're performing to a crowd and for a crowd. As much as the music is about you as a performer, the crowd is there, and the crowd is equally as part of the experience as all the other people around you performing is. The North Country definitely inspires us in our songwriting and in the way we play. Like the people we know, the people we met, we learned to play music and perform here by people who are from the North Country. So there isn't a lack of opportunity in terms of getting to know how to perform or, developing a love for music. It's different, but it's still here. To go perform live music, to see people react positively, to see people dance, to see people sing along, I think that's such a unique craft, and that's such a unique, thing to give to other people. And I love it. I just love the interaction with the crowd because, it's one thing to play music by yourself, but when it comes to having a crowd, that makes it a world of difference. And there's not a lot of things like it.
What you want me to say? I ain't got nothing left for you. Nothing left for you. Save, let loose, and
Hi, my name is Simone Rutledge. I am a junior at St. Lawrence. I live in the lovely Arts Annex, and my instrument of choice is an acoustic guitar. I think if I ever were to be gifted an electric guitar, that would probably be my second instrument of choice. I like the sound of acoustic, and I sing. And I play harmonica really badly.
lay it down hard and you wait it up, babe. She's addicted to the prettier things and all, but over you, over. Baby, what you got to say? Come and stay.
Freshman spring, Java had an open mic night, and I didn't want to do it, but my friends at the time were like, no, we gotta do it. And I played Bags by Clairo and Alaska by Maggie Rogers. That's like my go-to guitar song.
I was walking through icy streams that took my breath away, moving slowly through westward waters over glacial plains.
So I feel like that's sort of how I started getting like myself out there maybe a little bit more and realizing, okay, you can do something and think it's bad, or do something and have it truly be awful, but like as long as you're enjoying it and having fun, like you're putting yourself out there and people will remember you.
And now breathe deep, I'm inhaling.
Literally, I'll look at the time, I'll put my phone down, I'll play for what feels like 5 minutes, and then I look at my phone and an hour and a half has passed. And yeah, it just feels like true peace, and there's no judgment, like it's just me. And I feel very happy.
Between you,
I fucked up.
My name is Macy Cunningham, and I'm a vocalist, and I also play clarinet. Singing is, just a joyous release of stress and every negative emotion ever. I sing all the time, whether that's in chorus or just on my own. I'm always singing. Especially here at SLU, it's like music isn't my major, so being able to end my day with singing for an hour and a half is, there's no other way to do it. I have been singing my whole life. My mom has videos of me singing Ba Ba Black Sheep. When I was like 3 years old, I would lock myself in the closet because I thought no one could hear me in there. But actually my mom could hear me and she filmed, so that I still have those memories. But yeah, I've been singing my whole life. I think for a school that's not super focused on music, like we don't have a ton of music majors. It's definitely not one of our most popular majors compared to like biology or business. I think the music scene is great. There are so many different ensembles that you can join, but also a great student band scene that I've absolutely loved the past 2 years especially. Every time I sing our alma mater and it says, "And when college days are over," and every time I sing it, it's closer and closer and closer, and it gets even more emotional. And while I won't have Laurentian singers or even like the St. Lawrence Choral Society to help support me, seeing St. Lawrence Choral Society in action and the range of skills and ages and professions of the people in that choir make me really hopeful that wherever I end up after SLU, there'll be some sort of community choir that I can join.
I think personal to me, music matters because everything about music is political. Everything about music means something to everybody in a different way. You know, there's a quote, I don't know who said it, but you can sing a song to someone and everyone will sing it back for a different reason. And that's just the beauty of music. It can mean something just totally different to someone else, but is meaningful, and that's what matters.
One of my favorite musicians of all time said once, "I am not known if I'm not seen or heard." Music means so much to so many people in that it captures emotion and it communicates better than any language. And that's something that I want to be able to say I was a part of.
What's the quote? Music, alcohol, and something bring people together. Like, music brings people together on just like another level. God, I can't imagine a world without music. Like, it's a constant in my life. Like, there always has to be music, whether it's being played out loud or sung aloud or it's just in my head. And it just sort of keeps the wheel turning.
Music changes lives. It changed my life, and I hope that every time I perform, someone's out there and it changes their life too. You never know who out there in the crowd, it becomes really meaningful, you know? It becomes a sort of memory that guides their life, like it did mine. Yeah, music changed the course of my life, and I know that it changes other people's lives too.